Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Ambitions. I hope you're having a sweet day today. Picking up right where we left off. I said that I wouldn't skip any driving footage, and I haven't. We're staying right here, okay? Now, we're gonna start this video off by going into Ica, and I'm gonna steal one of their flatbeds, okay? I've actually already done this, so I don't need to steal another one, but I'm just gonna show you, you cannot fit these. It's mostly answering a question. You can take these outside with nothing in them. They're free, but you cannot place them inside any vehicles. They do not fit there. So if you want to use them for any other purposes, you gotta hoof it. You gotta actually walk it to your destination where it is, whether that be inside your apartment or in your business or whatever. You have to walk them to those destinations. You cannot use a taxi cab with them. As far as I'm aware, you can't use the subway with them either. I wouldn't think so. I haven't tried that one admittedly, but the point is these ones don't fit in the carts because they're, you know, it's obviously a lot of capacity. However, you can use them. So let's get into none of it. We're gonna pull ourselves out of here. And like I said before, we're not skipping any driving footage, so until I ding this up, you're gonna have to watch me drive the entire time, wherever I'm going. Thankfully, pedestrians don't count. So this is how you have to use them. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna go auto park, and this is how we use the carts. So I've got one sitting outside of AJ's, and it currently has a package on its flatbed. And so if I want to use this cart, I need to have them maybe outside the stores with a single box on them, and they'll persist. And you can do the same thing inside stores and stuff. They'll persist as long as there's something on them. Today, we're going to do two things, actually. First thing, I said I promised I would rename buildings, and I will. So most of the names you guys came up with were pretty good. Had a lot of really good submissions, and I've kind of let it go for a little bit of time. But it seems like the common theme... with quite a few exceptions, but the common theme seems to be wanting to incorporate, you know, the second half of my stage name, if you will, in the channel instead of, you know, char and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go with it because I had a couple that made me laugh, and so or made me go aha, and so that's what we're going with. So Char Law. I was gonna keep this where it was because I actually think it's a pretty decent name, but you guys had one that was kind of made me chuckle, okay? This is one that made me laugh. I'm actually going to change... Let me change this really quick. I want it to look like this. For some reason, between loading, it didn't keep it, which is interesting. So the logo is... I don't know if this is real or... It doesn't matter. We're going to change it anyway. So let me just make this black. And then the font color was white. And this is what I had it to be. Okay. So Char Law. This one made me kind of laugh. And... I'm going to go with it because up until this point, we haven't really defined what our law firm is covering. You know, there's lots of different types of law, lots of different types of stuff that certain law firms focus on. But apparently now we are defense attorneys. Yeah, because this is now Pryor convictions, which I thought that was like a clever usage of it. So yeah, now it's called Pryor convictions. Did I spell that correctly? I think I did. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Prior convictions, hopefully it's not spelled incorrectly. I don't know why, but I'm looking at convictions thinking it's not correct. But in any case, that's our new law firm name. We are now defense attorneys, which makes sense because it's not really making that much anyways. It's actually making less than the pizza places. So yeah, it is what it is. Now, for super gifts, we had one that was really clever. And it was one of those things where it's just like, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Because it's so easy. But I'm not, even though that was really good and it's one letter, I just take super gifts, super grifts. Honestly, it's like a bigger version of our smaller gift store. We had a simple gift store, and now we have this big sort of grandiose, you know, sells many things gift store. So super grifts, that makes so much sense. Good job. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. However, I'd like it to be a more high-end store, right? We're selling higher-end stuff. We're selling wine. We're going to sell, you know, the expensive gifts, if you will, high-end jewelry, you know, the really nice things. And I just don't think super gifts really emphasizes that. I don't think it really personifies, you know, the clientele that we're going after. But one thing does, and again, super clever, well done. I don't know why I didn't think of these before, but we are going to go with priorities. priorities, because that is what people would do. They would have priorities, and they would emphasize, showing everyone their wealth and demonstrating it. And they're going to come to our store because their priorities are in order, right? Okay, I also don't know why the black background on this logo is... There it goes. Now it's fixed. Okay, so we have the wine glass for now. It's fine. We're probably going to be changing that. I don't know. I kind of wish there was a more generic logo in here instead of being product-based logos. I suppose I could use one of these, and that's sort of like a wealth thing. But again, it has a lot of different products in it. So for now, that's our logos. Today, we are going to be changing our store type, though, okay? Currently, we are a jewelry store, and we make a lot of money. We make currently $145,000 a day on average from this store. It's very nice. I've been avoiding a product type. I've been avoiding a type of store because it's not balanced. And so one person in the chat said it pretty well. He basically called this type of store a cheat code. And it kind of is. It's important to note that this game is in ongoing development. There's going to be a lot of changes in the future, and balance is one of those. So I'm sure it will get worked out. I'm really hoping the game doesn't remain as easy as it is now, because hard mode, quote unquote, is actually quite easy. So anyways, priorities. That's our new name of our store. What we're going to do today is I'm going to take this flatbed. First, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pop it into the none of it, so we have that. Then I'm going to take this flatbed from Ica, and I'm going to basically fill this up with clothing racks, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to park the vehicle. I'm going to have more clothing racks delivered to priorities, okay? We're going to have them delivered tomorrow, and it's going to be... We're going to have, like, say, I don't know exactly how many changing rooms we need. Let's go with 4. And then the rest of the order will just be clothing racks like this. So we'll just say 14 more clothing racks here, plus 4 changing rooms there. And that is the order. So deliver this, $11,000 worth of stuff, deliver it tomorrow. So Sunday morning, we should have that, okay? All right, so we're going to go in. I'm going to pay for this stuff. Another $4,000 worth on this cart, and then we'll simply leave one of the clothing racks on this, because whenever we start new businesses, we probably want to come in here and get more of this stuff. We don't have to, of course. You can have them delivered, but you can only have one delivery from a store per day, and they always deliver on the following day in which you order it. So if you want it now, you got to go get it yourself. So I'm going to pop that in there. It's 10 out of 18. That's fine with me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run in here. I'm going to grab a couple more. And then I also wanted to grab... there was something else. Oh, right. I wanted to grab more of these because I know I need them. So we're going to grab, let's say 4 more pallet shelves. Let's actually go with... Yeah, 4 more pallet shelves is fine. You know what? Let's do this, Betty. I don't exactly know how many clothing racks I'm going to need, so I'm buying a bunch of them. So another 16 grand is going to go into this. A lot of that stuff is going to be pallet shelves, okay? So that's another 8 items. We can fit 8 in here, but we're not going to fit 8 in here. Instead, we're going to fit 7 of them, okay? This last clothing rack is going to stay on the cart and stay in front of the store, because I actually am interested to see if it will really persist indefinitely. I think it will, but I'm going to leave it there. So there's a flatbed out front with a clothing rack on it, and that's it. Okay, so now we're going to pull out of this parking spot. Whip a Yui really quick. There we go. We're going to head over to our jewelry store to basically convert it into a clothing store. We're going to sell a bunch of different clothing in there, and we're going to change its store type to clothing store. And again, I've been kind of avoiding this type. There's been a lot of people in the comments telling me that, you should do this because it makes way more money, etc. I'm aware, guys. I know how it works. I've been playing this for a lot more hours than you have, most likely, since I've had it since the alpha. But I'm trying to present the game in a certain way, and I don't want it to come in and be like, okay, guys, we're gonna play this cool game, and then I just completely dominate it, and it's no fun, right? I don't want that. I don't want it to be like this instant, flip the switch, and just like that, we're millionaires, which you can totally do in this game. If you're just starting it out, it's basically a cheat code. Go step 1, go to the big bank. I think this is my street. Yeah. Step 1, go to the big bank, grab $800,000. Step 2, start big clothing store. There is no step 3. You just win, right? I get it. Again, the balance is going to change though, so don't worry about it. All right, so I need a hand cart. I don't have one of those big hand carts over here, although that would have been a good one to get. But I think since the store is mostly it's pretty much set up anyway, there's really no reason to bother like trying to walk an IKEA cart all the way over here. I'm not going to do that. Hang on one second. I got employees that are not assigned to businesses, and they are HR managers. I didn't do the desk there. I didn't bring the desks. So now these guys are going to be mad at me. They'll be okay, though. We'll go ahead and assign them to the business, but I need to go get desks in there anyway. All right, so we are going to, go in here, and I want to bring clothing racks into this store. So let me unload all this stuff. I'll be right back. Right, so this is the sort of last step here, or the last of the clothing racks that I have. Now, we're going to start incrementally here because we don't have enough clothing racks to really serve everything, okay? I'm going to pause it really quick because I don't want the day to roll over yet. I got a lot of stuff to do at the HQ to make sure that this works. So there's a couple of things to note here. Every single clothing rack that we set up is going to support 10 customers, okay? So each one of these are 10, right? So let me just, real quick, I'll just go ahead and place it so you can see it, and I can define it. Now, there are 8 different kinds of clothing. Classic and modern are the sort of categories, and then within those categories, we have cheap and expensive. So, and even then within that category also, we have male and female clothing. So it's a more complicated SKU. It's the most complicated business in terms of the number of SKUs you actually have, the number of different products that you're offering, variety, if you will, that you can stock are there. But demand is obviously way higher in this area for the expensive stuff. So we're going to obviously focus the expensive stuff first with the limited number of clothing racks that we're going to have tonight, as well as on the delivery tomorrow, and then the next day delivery, and then the next day, etc. So we have 8 different classifications here, from classic cheap male, classic cheap female, modern cheap male, modern cheap female, classic expensive for both, and then modern expensive for both. That means we need 64 clothing racks in this store if we want to have 100% coverage to the building limit. Okay? Now, this building right now isn't getting anywhere near its building limit, right? We're only getting, on a good day, just under 30, is like 28 basically is what we're hitting. And this is with 100% marketing. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that while the demand for jewelry is pretty high, it's not necessarily as high as other products. So yes, it was in high demand, but it's not as high demand. We're going to change the store's classification from a jewelry store to a clothing store as soon as we have a bunch of racks set up. And that is going to force this shift where most customers that come into the store are coming in looking for clothing, which is a really high-end business. It's a really high-margin business. It's going to work for us that way. Better, according to chat, than jewelry. Now, in my experience with it, which is admittedly quite limited, just like comparing the two of them, I know that it's better, but I don't think it's like, 4 or 5 times better, as many people have said. So we're going to put that to the test. And one of the reasons why I did it the way I did it in this series is so that I can put it to the test. Because I know now, with 100% marketing, multiple days have gone by, I know that this business can pull about 150K. I've seen it pull as much as 170K back here when it had more customers. So I know that this business can pull a lot of money per day at a single time. We're going to see what the clothing store can do in this location as well. And then, of course, also as people come in for clothing, they'll also buy other products as well, including jewelry. So it's, I think it's a direct apples to apples comparison, just because we're going to have both of them together. But if I wanted to have a better look at the situation, what I would do is I would put all the clothing racks in, and then I would take jewelry out of the store, right? We want to see what the jewelry does by itself. We want to see what the clothing store does by itself, right? So if I want to do that, that's what I would do. And that's exactly what I intend to do in this video. We're going to pull this jewelry out of the store, It's in this little circle. We got the lights to mark where they are. We're going to pull this out. Then we're going to put clothing in here, 64 racks of it, to sell everything, which is what I intend to do here. That goes all on the back, as well as the changing rooms and stuff. And then we'll let that go for about a week without selling any jewelry. We'll see how that does for money. And then we'll put them both together and see if it raises anything, okay? So it's a nice experiment to kind of really get it in. And I think it's a perfect way to experiment with it because we're doing it all in the same location. So that being said, nowhere near enough clothing racks here. So we're going to need to go a couple of days, I think, to stock enough clothing racks in here to make this worth our while. I plan to essentially sell only the expensive stuff in here to start. So we don't need 64 racks. We need half that. Oh boy. We need half that many. And then we can expand to the cheaper stuff over time. And we'll just have to basically keep an eye on where we're putting things. And I'm going to make, there's different sections for different types of clothing, different sections for male and female sections and stuff. All that stuff's going to be played in. And I'm pretty sure I just yes, I totally went past my house, so I need to go back. But yeah, we're doing it live. I'm not gonna cut. We're gonna whip this thing around. I'm in the middle of an intersection. Don't hit me. 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 Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Map, please. I mean, I thought I knew where it was, but now I'm confused. Oh, it's 4th Avenue. Okay. It's right there. All right. So, put ourselves. No, I'm parking back here. It's safer there. Don't you dare. Auto park it. There we go. I do like that auto park. So tomorrow again we get the deliveries, and then we can also prompt additional deliveries going forward there too. So let me get video games, watch television, get myself all rested up, etc. I'll make a couple phone calls in the morning, get some more deliveries prompted, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm actually not gonna skip ahead that much. I just realized my fridge is empty, so I don't have any groceries. So I'm actually gonna run down the street here, and there's a supermarket on this far corner. And what I'm gonna do, since I don't want to drive too much, right? Because accidents can happen, but also because I'm showing you every single minute of driving, it can also slow down the video just a little bit, right? Because like I have to drive around the city. Maybe that's nerve-wracking enough to be entertaining. I don't know. But what I do know is that since the deliveries are a thing, and I'm not really in a hurry per se to get everything done, I can just basically have all my food delivered as much as I want, and yeah, so I'm gonna plan on doing that for a second. And really, what I should do, and getting I should get a lot of groceries is what I should do. So maybe I will bring my vehicle. It's Sunday, so I can't do the thing I need to do on the weekdays anyway. So I think I probably will bring my vehicle down to the grocery store to load up on a ton of groceries, because I think that sounds like a good idea. So I got stuff in my fridge now. I guess that's fine, but we're gonna kind of nest ourselves in for just a little bit, Let some time pass. Make some deliveries to where we need to deliver to. Uh-oh. I wanted to be on the other side of the road. This just looks like a situation that I don't want any part of. I keep trying to now. How about now? Can I do it now? How about now? How about right here? That looks tight. Wait, no, we're good. We're good. There's a gap here. Hold on. Verdict? Yeah, there is a gap there. You can see the road. Absolutely did not hit. Okay, we're good. Hopefully that gentleman is actually. Oh, gentleman or madam, hopefully they are kind and they don't just bump into me. Although, do I still get penalized if somebody hits me? Right? I mean, I don't think that sounds fair. If somebody hits me, I think that's fair game. I don't think I'm exempt from that risk, I think. Especially if I'm not in the vehicle. No, I know that they don't actually move. All the parked cars stay parked. I actually kind of hope that they don't. It'd be cool if cars were pulling in and out of parking spots and stuff, Like, they'll move. Don't get me wrong. They'll move, but you just never see them move. So, it's probably not worth programming in. It's one of those deals, probably. All right, so we'll grab a couple more fresh food. I'm going to grab also a couple of sodas as well. We'll put the soda cans in our fridge as well. One more. There we go. And it's just a little extra caffeine in case we need it. I do wish that I could hold more than one bag at a time. I think that would be a really good thing to add to the game. Because, like, otherwise, how am I supposed to do that thing that all men do? Where, you know, we try to bring in every single bit of our groceries all in one trip, right? I mean, we got to do that. We got to bring it all in. It's just the right thing to do. Obviously, we have to prove our worth. It's just one of our steps that we do. All right, I'm gonna try to. Well, I think normally I would say, okay, I'll be right back because I don't really have anything interesting to show you. But I gotta drive to the warehouse. I gotta drive to the warehouse and put the pallet shelves in the warehouse, and also I want to put the coffee machine in the warehouse as well. And that also is going to require me to... actually, the warehouse will be fine. There's the shipment, so I need to also bring that in now, too. I can't order any more, though, because it's Sunday. That's the problem. Having it be Sunday is the problem. All right, so everything's pallet shelves and the industrial coffee. So I will go to my warehouse. Got into, like, total concentration mode there for a second. We're going to go to the warehouse and deliver the pallet shelves. We're going to need them. And then I also think, since tomorrow is Monday, what I'm going to do is go into my HQ, go to the purchasing agent, Elsie. So see, we have 31,000 paper bags in stock. I would like to change this, and we're going to have a one-time delivery so that it delivers on time the way I want. I'm going to order 120,000 of these things. That's what I'm going to order. And then that's the last one I'm ordering for a while, because I'm actually taking Elsie off of Jet Cargo so that I can get her to set up a contract with a different importer. So we'll have that be the one-time order. That will come in tomorrow at midnight, or yeah, at the day changeover. Oh. Pro strats. Oh. I saw that and I was like, yes, I'm doing it. All right, let's get into our warehouse right here. Park this, and we'll bring in we'll bring in one pallet shelf. I mean, I guess it's an odd number anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna bring this pallet shelf. I'm gonna stick it right next to here. So because we're gonna be bringing in clothing, and clothing, right, there's a lot of different kinds of clothing, which means there's a lot of different SKUs. You have to keep a lot of things in stock. And so that's going to take up more shelf space in our warehouse. That's the reason why it's important for me to have more pallet shelves. Really wish the camera would stay this direction. I suppose it's probably my fault. I probably rotated it before leaving before. So leave the camera this direction, it'll come back this direction, I think. I might be wrong on that. I remember when this game first was introduced to me in its alpha state, I remember how the camera would just rotate constantly, you know? It was always moving around. And now it sort of resumes a position. But it was like giving me motion sickness how it did that before. But now it resumes exactly the point at which it was when you left the building. I want to pack, and we're just going to set this coffee machine over here. So now I don't have to worry about that being in my Nunavut. Fantastic. Now, normally this is the part where I would go and, you know, make up new contracts or something, but I actually can't do that. What I can do, though, because I'm pretty sure they're open right now, is I can get my desk. Shouldn't back into Costco. Shouldn't back into IKEA either. Here we go. All right, so we're going to just go into the store. And I need to get, I think, 3 desks. Yeah, 3 desks and chair arrangements, I think, is probably what we'll need. Although, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have an extra desk. at the office already. So I'm going to pick up 2 desks. And this will be fitting because we actually only have enough room for 8 items on this thing, right? So I'd have to do it this way. We will give them this computer. This is the computer everybody else has. So 1, 2, 3 computers and 1, 2, 3 chairs. That gives me the 8. So I wouldn't be able to do 3 of each anyway. And we're going to take this to the HQ, of course, so that I can have my HR managers in their desks and have them happy, okay? I also think, if I go back and look at my employee list, I'm pretty sure, yes, you want a standard fridge in the building as well. So I'll need to create sort of a kitchen/fridge area for my HQ as well. So let's just dump that stuff in there. We'll come back over, and we're going to get one of the refrigerators. Just a standard fridge is what they want. But I'm going to make it look a little bit better, right? I'm going to take the standard fridge, yes, but I'm also going to grab just a few cabinets with doors, you know. I don't know if I need the... I would like overhead or like wall cabinetry, right? Like, what kitchen doesn't have like, you know, wall-mounted cabinetry? I would like one of those things too if I could. We'll get, let's say, a corner piece. Maybe we'll make like a little kitchen area in here. That sounds like a good idea. I can handle that. We'll do something like this, and then we'll add a stove too. Why not? And let's add a table and chairs. Well, just the table apparently. We'll omit the table and chairs for this trip, and well, there's no point in doing that, is there? Like, you might as well just bring, you know, at least one of those items. You have it on you have the space on the cart, right? I can't find a cash register. Seem like kind of an idiot then. Follow the literal arrows on the ground. You will reach your destination. Oh, I totally only got 7 things. You just said I might as well get 8 things. You know what? It's all right. It's fine. You know, I got room for only 2 more items in there anyway. Although I'm pretty sure I can get rid of the hand cart, but still, that's not enough chairs. Yeah, we're just gonna do the cheap chairs. I ain't giving them pricey things. 1, 2, 3, 4 chairs. I don't have enough room for this in my car anyway, so. Yeah, I'm only gonna have room for 3. So I'm gonna take the hand cart out. All right, there we go. And then we'll run back to the car. Charlie, you can just do deliveries. I know, but that's tomorrow. You don't need to deliver your kitchen thing. You just needed the fridge. I know. You're right. I am absolutely making fun of you. 1 second. Just not bump into the cart. That would be embarrassing. All right, turn. There we go. And, of course, all of our buildings are very close together, so pretty easy to find it. We're going to park right here if it lets me. No, how about here? Good to go. I mean, honestly, it'll let me park there. I don't want to take any chances, you know? Let's grab the desk, and we'll go in. And actually, this place doesn't have... Oh, I don't have a... Oh. I don't have a spare desk. I thought I had a spare desk. IKEA. Here's what I want you to do. Never mind. I'm not doing that. Just place the spare desk. I was like, please deliver me a single desk tomorrow. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Good job. Well done, Charlie. Another desk. All right, I'm going to keep unloading this stuff. I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and borrowed a hand cart from Grow Me Slowly so I could unload the stuff faster. So I've got the desks and stuff set up. I am 1 desk short, so I will need to go back and get one of those. And then I've got... whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to get standard table. So we're going to place a table over here, and I don't know. We'll probably just... I don't know, let's paint it white or something like this. I kind of want it to be that color. We're going to say that... close the interior designer. Go ahead and grab this. Place the chair over here. It just gives them a place to sit later, and I'll probably move this and place it someplace more appropriate. We're gonna design these offices and stuff too. It's obviously not that attractive in here as far as the interior goes, but for the HQ, I think it's one of those times where you just don't need to worry about that. We have multi-purpose chair and a computer here. Again, I'm down 1 desk, so it is what it is. Okay, back in the UMC, none of it, and I think that's pretty much all we can do until the day ticks over. Yikes, that guy almost ended a good thing. I really want to pass this guy. You're kicking me. Kicking my butt right now. Turn down this street. And this is where our house is. So I'm going to go in and just park here. Right in the middle. Perfect. And we're going to rest up. Now, when the day ticks over... Actually, let's go ahead and play some video games. How about some video games? Say 2 hours. And then we'll do maybe like 4 full hours of the television, I guess. There we go. Actually, let's cancel that. So we got a whole bunch of stuff there. So jet cargo imports came in. That's our 120 plus thousand stuff. We have full happiness because we just met a life goal. Apparently having 100,000 plus paper bags in storage is a life goal. Now you know. If you didn't know that before, you know it now. All right, so I got to sleep. I think the importer opens a little bit later, actually. So let's just go about like this. That should give us enough time. So real quick, go ahead and grab some food, and then we're going to head over to the importer to set up our new connection that we haven't connected with yet before. I thought I was getting a delivery. No, HA's wasn't open on Sundays, so we're not getting a delivery today. But it should be okay. We shouldn't need to worry about the deliveries to the clothes racks and stuff because we're not ready to sell it yet. We should be ready to sell it tomorrow, though. Tuesday should be the first day that we sell clothing. Because we're going to have the importer right now. So we'll have the product and we'll have the mechanisms in the stores to sell that product. So everything will be okay. Oh, wow. You guys are all just... All right, you're going to make me follow the rules. All 4 lanes, huh? Okay. You can sometimes pass without hitting people in all 4 lanes like that. If you have the auto park feature. Sometimes it'll allow you to auto park ahead of them, like in this little spot. And then you could just be behind them and park here, and then you can keep going. Make your way around them. See, I was gonna be patient, but I realized who I am. All right, so we're gonna go through this part here, and let's just park in this little spot right here. Oh boy, that was almost a disaster. It's going too fast. It says it's illegal. That's weird. That's legal. There we go. Okay, I almost hit the trash can, but I didn't. Okay, so let's go to Bluestone Imports. All right. So we don't have Bluestone Imports over here, of course. That's why we have to go in the building. Now, we need a certified purchasing agent. So what we're going to do, come over to Char Inc. Purchasing agent. We're going to remove Elsie from Jet Cargo because we just brought in the ton. We have almost 150,000 paper bags. That'll last us like probably in-game year. Maybe less. But anyway, we don't need these guys for a while is what I'm saying. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. And then Elsie is now available to start a contract with these guys. So these guys exclusively deal with clothing and bringing in clothing, right? So if we go to the purchasing agent now, Elsie has 8 products that she can bring in, and that's all the clothing. We're going to spend a huge chunk of this cash because we don't want the bank to take it. And you see the bank negative interest rate, right? Bank is taking $61,000 away from me every day. Or at least that was yesterday. That might be per week, actually. Yeah, the bank took $61,000 away from me yesterday as the week ticked over, okay? This is negative interest rate. Basically, you have to pay the bank to store your money, which sounds really asinine. I've never liked that idea, but it's a real world thing that some banks do in some situations, like with businesses. I always hated it because businesses will put money in, right? And then the banks will just use that money for their own investments. But businesses have more complicated needs. There's a lot more inflows and outflows. And so to manage all of that and facilitate that, the bank takes a fee. So we want to have less money in our bank account is where I'm getting with this. Less money in our account means less negative interest rate hitting us. Now, you could go in and do investments, and we will absolutely be doing that. But I needed cash on hand to make sure I could definitely buy a whole lot of clothing to sell. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have Elsie come in. And I was really hoping to do this before that ticked over, but I didn't know what day it is. Monday makes sense. So we're going to say I want, let's go with, how many do we want here? Let's go with 4,000 for each of the cheap stuff. 4,000 for each of the cheap things, and let's do 5,000 for the expensive things. Now, this is going to obviously be a very expensive order. It's going to cost us $500,000 for this one-time order. We're going to say that it repeats every day because I want to keep these at target, all right? And then finally, we're going to go to warehouse and take this box and do that. That's the reason why I wanted more warehouse shelving, because we're going to definitely fill it up. So let's go ahead and hit that order. And again, it's nearly $500,000 for that one single order. And then these guys, Elsie, will continue to keep us at these levels in the warehouse stock every day. Okay. So that takes care of that part, and then we'll spend that money, right? And then all things are good. So the next thing we're going to do, in addition to not running into anything, is I'm going to make a phone call really quick, and I'm wondering if the bank will just let me do this right now. If I go to Van Tander Bank, it's 10:49. We should be able to do it. Yeah. We're going to say new loan, new investment. I'm going to say I want a new investment. So we can put into the investment funds. I've never done these before, so we'll see. Lace Global A has a medium risk, so about 8% to 15%. Asia Dynamic Industries is medium risk, 2 to 10, so a little bit more variable there. And then HG China Bonds should be a low risk, and it's basically between 0 and 4. So I'm okay with a medium risk, I think, here. So I'm going to try to get a good return, and I'm going to say that I want to invest $400,000 in these investments. So I'm going to say go. That's going to send $400,000 into that investment funds, and I will be able to earn a percentage back on those investments. That also takes the money out of my bank account, which means I won't be hit with a negative interest rate on it. Okay? So pro tip there, don't sit around with a ton of money in the bank, because the bank is charging you to hold that. And depending on the difficulty you're playing at, your negative interest rate could be as high as 30%. I believe the slider brings it up as high as 30%. So imagine every week, 30% of your money disappears, right? That's not what it is at this setting, I don't think, but that is something that could potentially be a problem for you if that's, well, yeah, if that sounds like a problem to you, yeah, you know, don't sit around with money in your bank, basically. Okay, what was I doing now? Was I gonna go get more clothing racks, or was I gonna set up what I had? I could call them and have them bring more clothing racks. I suppose I probably should do that instead. So if I'm not doing that, I don't need to go to my house. I could probably let's set the clothing racks up, actually. So why don't we make a quick phone call to, where are you? Not Square Appliances. Have I never called them before? Oh, AJ's, there it is. I want to go ahead and do this. Yep. And I want you to bring, let's have you bring, yeah, like another load, just another full load of clothing racks. I'm probably going to need them. So we'll do 18 more clothing racks. I could also sell cigars, and I've been prompted by some people like wondering like why I'm not selling cigars. I could do that. That could be something that's part of my order too. So we could just start importing them, and I suppose if it's anything like the wine racks, I'll need 8 of these things. So it's going to be a lot. Let's just do the clothing racks for now, but I'll come back to that. So let's order those. And so we know now that tomorrow we're going to have 18 more clothing racks delivered to us. Very good. Oh boy. Why did that feel like it felt like the lane was very narrow, you know? I don't like it. This is the wrong turn. Yep. Totally took the wrong turn. It's all right. We'll take a right up here and then another right. Everybody's turning down this road. I was going to try to whip out, but I couldn't. There we go. And I turn right here, and that's where my store is. There we go. Can I park here? Thank you. Excellent. All right, then. So there's nothing to bring in aside from this stuff here, right? So we can take the hand truck out of the car. That's fine. And then we'll bring in all the clothing racks. So that's going to be a little bit of a chore, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so these are all the changing rooms. It's my final little load here. And the changing rooms are going to get set up along the back wall. I don't know if they're centered here, but eventually I'll center them. Looks like they're a little off center here. So maybe I think that right there is probably center, so we can go in something like that. Well, there's 4 of them, so it needs to be off. Yeah, it needs to be off center a little bit. So we'll go in like that, that, and then the final one will be set up right here. So 4 changing rooms. The changing rooms don't affect your customer count. So I'm just putting 4 in because I can. Right now, they don't affect the customer count. It might affect customer happiness, though. Like, it may be one of those happiness things. So there you go. People will be like, I can't find a changing room, right? So now they can. So here's all my racks. Now, you notice I've got 2 of them set up over here. And these, of course, do 10 each, 10 customer capacity each. And, of course, we have 8 different types of products. If we want to have a full capacity in the store, just as a little refresher, if we want to have a full capacity in the store of 75, that means we need 8 racks of each product for a total of 64. And as long as we keep it as undefined, it will not affect our maximum customer count, right? So you can see Priorities does not have any capacity restrictions on this, aside from the building. So I can set these up and position them however I want, which is what I'm going to do now. And as long as I keep them undefined, it won't harm me. So we'll wait until the day ticks over. No, we'll wait until, like, I don't know, I want to say near midnight, right? And then what we'll do is we'll pull the trigger and we'll have everything, and then I'll set the logistics manager up and stuff to do that. So I will see you guys right before midnight with everything not finalized and set up. I don't want to say final, but everything will be much more advanced here. I'll be right back. All right, so I reorganized a few things, and we definitely don't have enough clothing racks. We need a lot more. In fact, all of these clothing racks account for less than half of the clothing that we're going to need to sell. Yeah, so let's take a look at the business really quick. If I take a look over here, we can see that we have a 60 capacity now. And we have enough racks for classic, expensive female clothing and male. So classic expensive, basically, and also modern expensive. No cheap clothing is currently in stock, or at least can be stocked. And we also have very limited storage space over here, too. So we are going to need a lot of pallets, because I'm pretty sure the order that I'm bringing in, there's not enough room for it. Pretty confident that there isn't. So we're going to need to do that, too. And then we're going to need more storage shelves. There's just all sorts of things we're going to need, all right? We need a lot of things. So let's head over to our apartment, which is on this road. Take a left. And it's the next light over. Find a place to park, hopefully, nearby. And we're going to let the time go by. And then, there it is. So we're receiving messages from Bluestone. Most likely that's because they couldn't deliver. I imagine, even though I've gone ahead and gotten more pallets, I imagine I still don't have enough. So I'm going to have to do whatever I can do to make that happen. So let's go ahead real quick into the store, into the apartment and check out. So it says, we can't store classic expensive male clothing, modern expensive female, and modern expensive male. So the only thing that got delivered in that order is the classic expensive female clothing. So that's the only thing we're going to sell, apparently. So that's what we need to fix for tomorrow. So tomorrow, it's all about getting a ton of pallet shelves from AJ's, and we're going to have, of course, more clothing racks delivered from AJ's. That's already been ordered, so that's already done. Let's go ahead and sleep in our bed real quick. There we go. And we'll go wake up. We need to wake up early, so let's say 8:30 is fine. We got to get to work, man. Our competition's not sleeping. Yeah, they probably are, actually. And the game is not that hard, so the competition is probably sleeping. Excuse me, taxi cab. Can you, get the hell out of my way? I'm nervous. You're making me nervous. I'm gonna back up here. and we're gonna go this way because we need to go to AJ's. So I gotta buy a bunch of pallet shelves and organize them, and I've got to buy a bunch of storage shelves and get them out of the store too, because I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. What road are you? 4th Street, right? We need to go to 5th Street. Nope. 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 Well, this is our warehouse, but I already know I'm on the wrong road. It's okay. We'll go around because we're good drivers now, so we don't go the wrong way. We don't just whip a Yui every time we want to. Holy crap. Hello. I saw the taxi cab coming, and I knew this was going to be bad. All right. AJ's is right there. I'm going to go around these guys because I'm just so impatient. Here we go. Stop. Auto park. Got it. Okay. So we're going to get out and go ahead and grab our pallet shelf. Again, we need the clothing rack anyway, so go ahead and pop that in there. And then I think we just stock up on storage shelves. I mean, that's the entire run is just storage shelves now. There's the order for more clothing racks that we were waiting for. I'm going to spend $24,000 on storage shelves now. I think that'll be enough for the orders that we need. It should be. These 8 pallets. But we need more storage in the store as well. So that's got to be the next thing we do. So let's just grab 8 of these too. I guess that's fine. Maybe we go... No, I think that's fine. We'll just go 8 of these. Is there anything else I want to bring? 16... Handcart 17 plus the rack that's in there, that's 18. So that we're full now. Yeah, 17, and then the handcart's this. I can't do that. Well, it's fine. So what we'll do is I'll grab one more pallet shelf, and then I'll grab a clothing rack. Here we go, and then I'll buy this again. There we go. And since we don't even have half of what we need, we're also going to call AJ's from right outside the building. And we're going to have them deliver again Wednesday morning. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have them deliver even more clothing racks. Let's do another 18 of these things. And that should... I keep saying that should be enough, but I feel like it's enough, okay? I just feel like it is. All right, we're going to load the pallet shelf in there. Yep, keep the clothing rack, and we're just going to dump it right like that. All right. Let's whip it. There we go. Warehouse is to the left. And then this is going to take care of the delivery. So now the delivery will happen. And we need to keep an eye on our money, though. Look at our money, right? Remember that this order is going to cost us like $500,000. So this is... Oh, shit. Nope. 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 No. Get in. No. 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 Get in the car. Get in the car. Hit the wrong button. He hit me. That didn't count. I don't even think he hit me. I think it stopped just in time. But I don't even think I was even in the car when that happened. I don't know if that counts as being hit. We couldn't verify, honestly. You couldn't verify that I was hit. You know? Like, there'd be no way to zoom in close enough, right? So if you want to complain, if you think I got hit there, all right? First off, my damage report is still 100%. So, straight up numbers are on my side, okay? But, if you don't like it, then complain to Jonas, okay? Because I've been telling him ever since I got this game. Ever since the alphas. I've been telling him I want to zoom in closer. So, you don't like that I can't, you can't prove that you hit, well, hey. Maybe tell him you want to zoom in more. There you go. That's how you solve it. All right, I'm going to organize these, I think, in a realistic manner. I would like to leave room for vehicles and things, forklifts and stuff to move around. So we're not going to stack them really close together. We're going to leave a little path here. This isn't really a forklift area, but it's not really wide enough for a forklift. Let's just say that it's almost wide enough for a forklift. we have a special narrow forklifts in our warehouses. Patent pending. They can move through those shelves no problem. Okay, now you know. I'm also going to put them kind of back to back using the arrows as if that's where they're loaded from. So I'll be leaving gaps kind of like that. That's probably fine. Just so a person could go in and access it, right? And it doesn't have to be like that for your game, right? You can do it however you want. You can slam these things up right close together if you want to. It's a great way to min-max it. You know, that's your thing. Go for it. But again, I'm playing a little bit more of a role play in that. So I'm going to leave spaces here because that's what I would want in my warehouse. If this were my warehouse, it is my warehouse. But that's what I would want if it was like real life, my warehouse. All right, so everything else is regular storage shelves. And so we're just going to pop that in there. And let's go deliver more stuff. All right. Oh boy, that was close. So I'm hoping I can go at least one video without hitting something. That is the hope. You know, like maybe next video we'll have the giveaway. It could be this one. I am running red lights. Pretty sure this is my street. Hang on. Trying to remember. There's my ad. Pretty sure it's here, right? No, this is my, yeah, right here. All right, and park. Perfect. Okay, so get out, hand truck, storage shelves. And you have all of our deliveries right here. Okay, let me sort everything like I said I would, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've organized all of the racks. And we're still down some. But I actually think that order of 18 that's coming tomorrow, that's all we need. Let's check it out. So if I go to the biz manager, we have a capacity of 60 at the moment. And you can see, let's just scroll down to the bottom here. So we have all of the classic expensive male and classic expensive female. So classic expensive is done. Same thing with modern expensive. So all expensives is done, basically. All right, then when it comes to the cheap stuff, we have a shortage by 2 racks with the modern cheap for both male and female. And we have absolutely no classic cheap at all as far as racks go in the store. Now, I've kind of tried to space them out a little bit with sensible walking areas. I've got these kind of along the wall now, and some of these racks are very close together. But that's just because their access points are on the opposite side. So like people can come in and, you know, clothing tends to be, you know, all the clothing and stuff in stores tends to be pretty tight together anyway. So because people are going to look at it, they're going to take it off of the rack. They're going to hold it up, right? They're going to feel it. So you don't need to be able to circle all the way around it, right? They're going to take it off the rack anyway. So all on the wall here, got the modern cheap stuff. And then this is the women's section. So women's side over here and the male side over here. And it's all going to basically come together eventually with these 2 racks are both for cheap. Yeah, modern cheap female here, modern cheap male here. Again, trying to preserve sensible walkways here. So keeping that lane clean, keeping that clean. And then this is where all the cheap stuff goes. So somehow I'm going to have to get 16 racks in this area. It might require me to remove these plants out of the way. We'll see. I may actually need to, you know, forego the whole sensible walkway idea. Actually, I could probably do it something like this instead. Let's put that closer and we'll put this closer, and then we'll say, hang on, is this? Yeah, put that up closer. So we can have, you know, sensible walkways, right? Could be like right here too. So we'll space this out, and then we'll have basically ladies classic cheap here, men's classic cheap here, 8 racks apiece, and then there's 4 other changing rooms, and that's it. Pretty much. We've got storage shelves along the back wall here on this side and all the way down, so more than enough storage today. So really it just comes down to now getting everything in stock and getting those deliveries. We have very little space left in this store, to be honest. Things are looking pretty good. I think if I'm going to sell cigars, I would put them over here, and then maybe some right here, and then also we have this space back over here. And that's pretty much it. And then at that point, we're pretty much selling everything except for groceries in that store. Like fresh food, frozen food, etc. is the only thing we're not selling there. So, cool. Let's try to dodge this car and head home. Yes, head home. That's what we're doing. We can expand time. By expand time, I mean so we can spend time. So we can let time pass, whatever. Spend time in our place. There we go. I actually like this parking spot because if there gets, people park and it's tight, I can just back right out. Nobody's behind me. All right, let's real quick see if there are any delivery problems. Now, actually, before we do that, I want to make sure that the delivery plan is solid on this stuff. So you can see modern expensive female clothing is not in stock. So we need to keep all this stuff. These are zeros everywhere. It's time to start selling them. So modern, cheap, male, all this stuff except for classic, right? The classic stuff's not in the warehouse yet. We don't have racks for it. So we're not going to actually send it to the store yet. So I'm going to say I want to keep 1,000 of each of these in stock. And so we'll say like that. And so what's going to happen, hopefully, is the day will take over and we'll see runs out and there'll actually be a timer on it. And we'll see that the warehouse will have lots more in stock. And then the stores themselves will have a lot in stock too. That is correct, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's go like this. All right, we didn't get any text messages. That's a good thing. All these things got checked off. That's another good thing. Head back over here, and I'll see what we got. It's, priorities here. Okay, so warehouse, you can see, has 4,000, right? So they're only going to stock up and do those big purchases when required. We're down to $382,000, and I am curious in seeing what my is there a way for me to see what my investments have done today? Or yeah, right here. So we started at 400,000, right? Up to 401,000 now. Ooh. We're not getting taxed. I don't know if we get taxed on this when we order the payout. We technically should, right? Because investment, capital gains tax, we technically should, I think. But maybe the game doesn't model that. I don't know. But we definitely aren't going to get hit by the bank. And that's the big thing. So we're not going to have to pay the bank for, keeping our money, at least keeping that much money, all right? So I'm going to let time pass for a little bit and let all the imports happen, let the deliveries happen. And when we come back for the next one, we'll have a fully functional store and we can start to see exactly how much money this store is going to make when I pull the jewelry out of it and reclassify it as a clothing store. Will it do better than the clothing store, or will it do better than the jewelry store? We'll have to see that at the end. Or we'll see that in the next video, okay? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.